This is my Himi 450 rally build inspired by the Dakar legends of the 80s and 90s. And we've come a long way from stock with this thing. And in this video, I'm going to show you everything I've done to get it to where it is today. Let's go.
Friends, welcome back to Willie's Wheels. It's going to be a good one. In today's episode, we're going to take a bone stock Himi 450, strip it down, repaint it, and transform it into a full-fat rally bike. So buckle up, this is going to be a good one.
Now back in July this year, this bike took me 2,100 miles around the UK in just 2 days on a charity ride, the link to which is in the description of this video. And this thing didn't miss a beat. I bought it as a project bike, but it's safe to say it's got under my skin. And when that ride was complete, I was left wondering, what would the future hold for this wonderful little machine? Should I sell it 2 weeks after buying it with 2,500 more miles on the clock? Or do I keep it a little longer and attempt a rather ambitious rally build? Well, I took to Instagram and I asked you guys what I should do, and the result was pretty unanimous. This thing was gonna get a makeover. So sit back and relax. We're heading back in time, back to my workshop, to strip this thing apart and start right at the beginning for this Dakar-inspired Himi rally build. Let's go. Whoa.
Here we go. Now you might notice we're in a new space for the channel, and for this build I decided to rent a unit at my local storage company, which not only gave me a dry, clean and bright space to work in, but also a deadline. It was 4 weeks until the prices went up to double rates, and that meant 4 weeks to complete this project. And this was all made possible by you. Subscribers and viewers of the channel provide me with a small monthly income from ads, which I saved up to get me 4 weeks in this unit. So thanks for watching the video. I couldn't have done it without you. First step is to strip down the Himi right to the bare essentials. Off came the exhaust, centre stand, seat, luggage racks, chain guide, everything auxiliary that we didn't need or are changing. And thankfully, being a newer bike, I had very little trouble undoing the various components. Alright, so we've got the bike pretty much fully stripped down. There's some things I'm going to be obviously keeping on the bike. Other things, as I've started to strip away, kind of not sure. I'll talk you through it. So, as part of the plan, I'd actually planned to remove the rally guards and sump guard and put in one, like a black powder coated one. However, looking at it, it is really decent. They've designed it really well. I might just see if I can either change this or get that powder coat to black. Now, unfortunately, I have found a couple of previous owner boo-boos. Let's have a look. One common complaint with the Himi is the indicators on the TFT aren't very obvious. So he's wired in these LED repeaters, and I found where they've gone in, and it's just a pretty bad solder job. So I'm going to take these out. They was just gaffer taped with like one piece of gaffer tape, so if water got in there, it could be an absolute shocker. I am also going to keep the running lights that I used on the trip. They're really handy. And you'll notice I've taken off a whole load of front end. You're going to find out why a little bit later in the video. It's actually the last thing that I'm waiting for to get delivered before I can hit go on this fully. So I'm just going to check out the sump guard, and then I think we're ready to start building up, which is crazy. It's only been a few hours. Let's start with the rear end. So this is my first foray into AliExpress. It actually looks alright. The Royal Enfield Rally Protection Kit has separate engine bars and sump guard. So I removed the sump guard by undoing a few bolts underneath to test fit the new one. Everything was going well until... This is not a good start for AliExpress, because this thing doesn't even remotely fit. First thing for the return pile. Hopefully I have more success with the next thing. Okay, this is from India. And yeah, you guessed it. we've got a straight pipe. We've lost that big old cat. Gonna go straight pipe and run this performance exhaust here. And actually a lot of these parts for the build come from India. Came super quick, like 4 or 5 days. Really reasonable price. And yeah, looking forward to seeing how good the build quality is.
You won't be calling me. Seasons change, life will shake us to the ground, yeah. Now I become a seed. Seasons change, move to the light, we move to the dark. We're changing the skin, we look for the spot.
All right, pipes on. Looking real nice. It just mounts to the 12mm bolt that the original exhaust mounted onto. So that is officially the first new item to go on the bike. Huge milestone for us. I think next we're going to tackle the seat. Just wanted to say at this point, I wouldn't be able to have this space if it wasn't for you lovely lot subscribing, interacting, liking videos, commenting. I really appreciate it. I love that we've got a space here where we can share being passionate about cars, bikes, anything with wheels and engines basically. So thank you. And if you're not already, please do consider hitting subscribe, liking the video, commenting down below how you think the build's going so far. It helps me and I love to hear from you. So let me know how it's going. Up next, I'm gonna try and finish off the rear of the bike. Absolute no-brainer. I've gone for the Royal Enfield Rally rear and the Rally seat. It looks amazing. And hopefully it's a pretty easy install. Well, I wasn't expecting that to snap on and fit. It looks ridiculous. Obviously there's no plate or lights or anything, but I mean, it wouldn't take much work to mock up a little tail tidy. It's amazing. With this build, I'm actually going practical. It's going to be pretty rascal and like full fat rally, but also practical. It needs to be able to take luggage. So sadly, I don't think that's going to work. But it's pretty sick you can do that. I guess it won't be long until someone makes a little kit for that. And I mean, that looks crazy. Haven't got long before this place shuts and I need to fit the whole rally rear, so let's get it. All right, we've done it. The rally seat is on. Took me just over an hour. Could have done it a bit quicker, I think, if I'd been clever and saved all the bolts, put them in the right place. I'd piled them up, but it's just a bit of a faff going through them. So I would recommend being a bit more organized than me, but it's looking amazing. This rear just changes the vibe of the bike completely. If you think that's where we're gonna stop, you'd be wrong. We've got a heck of a lot more bits to go on. Got a long way to go. This is only really, this is kind of the base now for us to build on top of. So I'm gonna call it a night now. As you can probably see, I'm pretty tired. It's been a long day, but it's been a good day. If you enjoyed the build so far, make sure you hit the like button for me. And if you're not, subscribe, because plenty more to come with this bike and a lot more adventures on it. And also I've got some work to do on the Bonnie, which I'll be doing in here as well. So it's well worth sticking around. I'm gonna go to sleep now because it's been a long day, but I'll see you in the next shot, probably tomorrow. All right, boom, we're back. It's actually been a few days since I've been in here working on the Hemi. Unfortunately, I'm still waiting for a really important piece of the build and the last bit to get delivered, which is what's gonna be sitting here. And it wouldn't be a Dakar inspired rally build without a big old rally tower, big screen, LED lights, and the tower is coming from India and it's 2 weeks late. So plan for now is just to get as much done as I can around this space. I was actually gonna save this until later. But I reckon now it's a good time to show you probably the thing I'm most excited about. And you'll notice with this rally rear, the bodywork is black and I've got the Casa brown colour scheme, and it looks a little bit disjointed. So let me show you what I've got. All right, in here is a full decal kit for this bike. I'm so excited about this. I was hoping to show you this last when the bike was finished and get it all done at the end for like the big reveal, but I'm actually against time now because I've got to do some mods to the Bonnie and I'm away all of next week on a project. So I've got to crack on. So we'll see what we can get done with this. Let's take a look. Oh, I can't wait. So one of my absolute favourite designs slash like styles of rally machine is the Camel branded like Land Rovers and bikes. And because we've got the Casa base kind of colour scheme, it's all tied in, so it all blends in really nicely. And we've gone for a Camel livery. I don't know where this goes. It's super wrinkly. Here we go. Crash cage. Is that down there? No way. All right, boom. So this is from BGX Design. Kind of annoyed, I guess, that they put their company name all over it. But it looks all right. It's not super high def. I think from afar it's gonna look sick, but yeah, when you get close up, it's a tiny bit pixelated. It's kind of like bled through. So we'll see how it goes. We've got a little instruction book. I've never wrapped or vinyled anything, so I'm gonna start with the front fender because I feel like it's the least high stakes. Just using a bit of panel wipe to clean it down. I think with these things, just the more confident you are, the better. Yeah, it feels good. That feels good. First one's on. I mean, it's a little bubble. Tiny bubble, but it's fairly straight.
There's nothing quite like learning as you go, especially with a vinyl kit that's travelled thousands of miles to get to you and you don't have a spare. But I gave it my best shot. I was taking my time, being confident in the placement, and using this vinyl squeegee to squeeze out any wrinkles or air bubbles. The smaller pieces went on without a hitch, and it was starting to come together. Using a heat gun helps to shape the pieces around the contours and encourage out any air bubbles that are hiding under the surface. However, I did find too much heat made the vinyl stretch and wrinkle, so if you're doing this yourself, go easy.
Freaking hard, I tell you what. Front fender's looking good. Still annoyed they put their logo on there. This is how the bike looks, and this is where I kind of have a bit of a decision to make. It's pretty clear this isn't my skill set or gifting. Never done it before. It's pretty bad. So what I've done, I've got one side kind of mocked up, and then the other side I've just slung the rear sections on, and it's super rough. But I think I need to decide whether I want the left hand side of the bike or the right hand side of the bike. So I'm going to show you both. So this is the right. It looks pretty good. The black kind of ties in now. It's shiny though, which is kind of annoying. But the white of the number board and the rally also looks really cool. So that feels good. And then this really ties it together. And there's a couple more sections here that I haven't done yet. But that's feeling pretty nice. And then this is the left side of the bike, roughly mocked up. And I hate to say it, but even though that's terribly done, that does look good. It's just nice and like cohesive, isn't it? Dang it. That just feels like bolted on. And it still does. Feels better.
So with the decision on direction left in my mind, I quickly refit the front fender to see how it all felt as a cohesive bike. I was already unsure on the quality of the design, but with so much time already invested in it, I wanted to see it through and make an informed decision. Let me know what you think of the kit in the comments.
I'm going to put a sticker over this because that's freaking annoying. Okay, I've got a little bit longer left in here before I need to get back and do dinner and all that. I'm gonna see how much it costs to reorder. I might end up reordering the whole lot because it's hard. Tank could be better, but definitely the rear end. But yeah, it's feeling nice. I've got a few bits I can fit now. I'm gonna fit some handguards. I'm gonna fit, in fact, I'm just gonna show you. All right, we've got some A-Service handguards. Got these from Germany. They're quite cheap, black. They're gonna be great. Last thing I'm going to do is boldly venture into the next AliExpress parcel and hope that it fits. Because last time, as you know, didn't go so well. It is a, well, let's have a look. Radiator guard. All right, welcome back. It's been 8 days since we were last here. I'm rapidly running out of time in this space, and I'm still waiting on the one piece that we're building off, the big rally tower for the front. It's taking forever, and unfortunately, the company that I bought it from aren't really giving me any updates. I started to think I was getting scammed, but I've now got a tracking, and it's just left India, so I'm hoping it'll be here in the next few days. Who knows? Another update is, last time I left you, I was installing these stickers and I've had a bit of time to think about them and look at them. And I'll be honest, I'm just not happy with the quality. The level of print detail is so low, I think, while it looks good from afar, when you get close up to it, it just doesn't look good enough. And if I'm gonna go to all this effort of building basically like my ultimate Himi build, I want it to look good. So I'm gonna do the sad thing of pulling all of this off, and I've got a plan B. This means I've ordered a few decals and I'm gonna need to paint. I'll tell you why. So the whole point of going for the decal sticker kit was so that if I sell it on, people can just peel it off and take it back to stock. Unfortunately, it's not up to scratch, and the new plan is a mix of vinyl stickers and also some paintwork, which I kind of wanted to avoid because I'm not a pro painter, but in order to be fully happy with how this comes out, I think that's the play. So we're going to uncharted territory here, and I'm painting panels. And if it all goes wrong, I will have to shell out some money and get someone else to paint it for me. So here's the plan. We've got some new decals for the tank, and the tank is finished in a matte finish. The cars are brown, has a matte tank, matte front fender, matte side panels, and then with this rally rear, it's gloss. And I can't get on board with that.
So I got to work peeling off the vinyl I just spent hours fitting, which weirdly did feel quite satisfying. After this, all I had to do was strip down the bike again and get the panels ready for decals and paint.
Naked once more.
But there was one small issue.
Because of the unit I'm in, I can't do any painting in here. So I've got to strip it all down, take the bike home, and I'm gonna go and spray in the garden. Along with the delays, this is proving to be a little bit of a headache. I thought this would be like a 1 week, bolt on, bolt off kind of thing. But we're deep in it now, and I'm absolutely determined to get this thing finished and get it exactly how I want it. So I'll see you in the garden. Right, new plan. This is the front fender. I'm gonna paint it black. This 3M paint stick.
So why you got some blue there?
It's to mask off where the paint is pretty good.
I'm gonna make, and then we're gonna
Alright, welcome to the spray booth. Got the old gazebo.
Huh?
And just done the bash plate with coat of etch. Next up, fender. Alright, so this is the rear panel from the rally unit. I've scuffed it up with scotch. And do a test of the satin clear, see how it comes out. Hopefully, woohoo, it's the finish we want. Paint booth seems to be working well though.
What?
Hasn't blown down yet. And 2 coats of primer on all of these. Just gonna give this a test. Welcome back to day 2. Today we are painting colour and some more top coat. I'll just give you an update. This the finish of the lacquer, the satin lacquer, is exactly what I wanted. I got a few bits to tidy up. This is 2 coats and it's come out great. I'll give this a wet sand and then do some more lacquer later today. So really happy with that. Front fender's all primered up. The sides have been primered outside and need sanding. And we'll get some black on this. And then outside, I actually left this hanging. Our sump guard is all primered and hard, ready for some paint. And then, yeah, side panels, had the filler primer on. And I'm just gonna sand down a couple of little imperfections there where the stickers came off. So I'll give that a sand, probably a wet sand, and get some black on there as well. So for the sump guard, I've gone for this high coat stone guard black, slightly thicker than like a regular paint. And apparently it's designed to deflect stone chips and stuff. So we're gonna smack maybe 3 coats on here. Last coat of black's gone on. While it's still slightly soft, I'm going to peel all the masking that we did, what feels like ages ago, yesterday. I'm going to peel it and we're going to see what the colour looks like. This sucks. I have to respray the whole thing. So, okay, you ready?
Just nice and slow.
Thanks, boss. I'm so nervous.
Let's go.
Let's go. Ooh, that's gonna look good. This is like very stressful. It's like 2 days of work.
There's the end of that one. That's tidy, but remove. I mean,
Yeah, it looks pretty even. Considering how this started, I didn't film every step because I've been editing other things while also painting today, but this was in a dire shape 6 hours ago. I had like drips from condensation in the tent dropping on there, so I had to sand it. Yeah, I had to sand it down, respray, sand it, respray. So to get something that looks that clean, I'm really happy. The finish is really nice. There's a couple of little blips, but I think I'll leave this now overnight and then try and tidy up the corners tomorrow, and then we'll clear coat and then we'll be done. Let's go. All right, welcome back. We're in the unit. Very exciting day because we're gonna start piecing this thing back together. The Himi's looking super naked right now. Just a few more things we've got to do until we can go and take this thing for a ride. All the painting's been done. Let me show you. So we've got everything back from Willie's paint shop. This stuff looks incredible. I'm super happy with how this has all come out. It was a lot of trial and error. It took me 3 days of sanding, priming, painting, lacquering, but we got there. And I gotta say, it's better than I expected. It's looking really good. And the main goal was to get everything feeling really cohesive. And I think we've done just that. Super proud of this front fender. Kept the Kaza brown underneath and gone with the satin black on top. And it's looking wicked. The sump guard as well. Now is a really nice black, exactly the same finish as all the other panels. And these will come up really nicely. The gloss when it came from the factory was like scuffed up and looking really manky, just like cheap plastic. And now it's just got this lovely satin sheen to it.
So after a few days of painting, sanding and painting, we were ready to put the bike back together and hopefully not to have to take it apart again. This was a huge moment for me as I felt we'd really turned the corner on the build and I could see the finish line in sight. There was still a lot to do, but it felt good to get to this stage.
So I wanted this Kaza bit to tie into here and then it kind of flows and goes white. Oh, this is looking so good. Mad happy with how it's starting to look. It's coming together so nicely. Last thing to fit now is the sump guard. It's looking amazing. Now suddenly the finish on this tank looks way more premium because it's tied in. So like the way the light is reflecting off the powder coat, the satin, and then the satin on the tank. Incredible. There's one thing that is both aesthetic and functional about this bike that we haven't addressed yet. We need some new rubber. And just like that, fresh rubber. So I've gone for Kenda big block. Big, chunky, aggressive, beautiful.
Don't overthink, no need to talk, just say the beat. We can get down in the morning. We've been waiting for.
These are looking good. Super aggressive. Super greasy. Oh mate, these are looking sick. You'll never guess what's arrived. The final piece of the puzzle is here. About 4, 5, 6 weeks late. And it's absolutely integral to this build. Unfortunately, it's arrived with some holes in the box and there were some loose bolts. I've opened it, I think everything's here, but we're gonna check now. Anyways, it's the rally tower. Okay, so you might see the name of this product on the metal bits. Unfortunately, I'm not going to share links to it or tell you who made it because I just haven't been very impressed with the whole experience. I'm not a Karen. I'm very laid back and easygoing. When I was planning this build and renting this space, I pre-ordered all the products, sat on my hands for a bit and waited. And this was the first thing I ordered. And it's arrived 6 weeks late. So not very impressed with that. And also when I was emailing them and messaging them on Instagram just to check up on the order, they were not helpful at all. Basically just ignored me the whole time. We're like, yeah, no, it's in the post, and then finally gave me tracking 3.5 weeks later. So if you want to know who it is to avoid a bad experience, send me a message on Instagram. Otherwise, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to give you any links or anything, because to be honest, I'm not going to recommend that you go through that yourself. Okay. So this is how it's come. I've opened it and checked it. This is literally the metal part of this. This is all worn away. It was hanging out of the box. But it looks to be pretty much pre-assembled. I'm so hoping it's all here. Look at that. Crazy. It's this way up. That's gonna look mad. All right, let's see what we got. So this is the main part of the tower. There's 4 random bungs that are in the bottom of the box. I don't know what that's for. This presumably is a sat nav mount.
And then I think these mount screen. I don't know what these are for. Let's see how it goes. To fit this, we actually need to remove this metal section here, which means unbolting here, which I've already done, and unbolting here. So we'll be losing this whole cross member. Alright, finally time to bring the clock back. You'll see the 3 positions here. This for the clock, and then we can get to all the Allen head bolts in the back. They've given these 3 rubber grommets, I presume to reduce vibrations, which just go in here. Bolts that were holding the dash on are too long, and there's no bungs or washers or anything that come with this, so I've made a shorter bolt with a bit of rubber, and I'm hoping that's going to be enough. I'm going to give that a go now. Might work, you know. Yes. Alright, just plug it in then. Moment of truth. Hee hee. She lives. We're back again. Turn signals, I've gone high sider. These little boys. Nice and sleek. Welcome back, we're home today. We're doing some arts and crafts, aren't we, Mav? Yeah, we've got Mav next to me. He's making a beautiful picture. And while he does that, I'm gonna be making a beautiful picture on this big old fuel tank. I'm gonna mock up what I've got planned on this side, spin it around, and then I'll show you what the plan is for the tank. And I'm hoping I'm gonna do a better job applying the decals than I did last time round with the failed Decal pack, because yeah, I haven't got any second chances for this. I've got to get it done today, so let's get it. Alright, here's the plan.
Yeah.
Bosh. I got this sticker pack. It's actually for a BMW something.
Yeah.
But I asked him to do it in monochrome, and this is like the 90s Dakar rally style inspired livery for the tank. So we've got some knee pads.
We got
this
some
beautiful
sprayer.
Got some sprayer.
And
Yep.
some drawing and some sticking on.
You're doing some drawing. Yeah, Mav's doing some drawing and sticking on as well. Paris Dakar, and then this nice like 3-stripe decal. Just got to try and get it on without any bubbles now, and then also match it on the other side. So here goes. Wish me luck.
Ever since you left me, I've been doing great.
No thanks, I'm good.
Haven't done too much, I've lost some weight. Bottles all over the house, I haven't been going out. Why is everyone asking me if I'm okay? Yeah, I'm feeling fine.
I flipping have done it. There's one little scratch there, but
I like it, Dad.
you like it? I can't believe I got that on.
And then I found your map. It's here.
Thanks, Bev. You can have.
Yeah, I'm feeling fine. Staring in your brown eyes, playing with your hair. I don't even miss it, I don't care. I look for my best.
Oh,
do you think?
nice. Yeah, it's cool.
It's not bad, is it?
No.
Considering I'm a mere mortal.
Very nice.
I love that this is also like matte, but this is shiny, and I'm already thinking maybe I do a satin coat over the whole of this thing, like the rest of the body, because it is shiny, and it'll also help it stick.
It looks really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Great. What do you think?
Not good.
What?
That's cat.
Last one.
Probably wish you didn't leave me, but baby it's too late. And in case you're wondering if I'm okay,
So freaking happy with this. It looks so good. The tank is looking great. Decals have come out super nice. And you can see now, it's amazing just to see like the vision coming together. White on the tank, matching with the white on the rally. All the lines kind of working. Little black bit on the tank, also tying in with the side and the rear. Awesome. Gonna eat the frog and kick things off with electricals, which is my least favorite thing, but it means we're one step closer to finishing. So I'm gonna start with the indicators. First thing we're gonna do is just check. I'm gonna presume that black is ground, but we're gonna check all the wires, and then this is the headlight loom, and I'm gonna check which cable does what, and then unpick that connector so that we can wire in our lights later. So I'm gonna go nice and easy, super slow, just take my time, hopefully not ruin anything. Right turn signal is now on. Yep, so green is the signal. Right, I've used these heat shrink solder joints. Never used these before. We're gonna test, let them cool down. They're all good now. And give it a quick test. Yeah. Bit of a weird flash going on. I might need resistors. Okay, got that tidied up with the right turn signal. Next, the headlight connector has 4 wires going in: black, solid yellow, red and yellow, and purple and yellow. And I am gonna chuck a multimeter in and just see what we've got going on under here. Red and yellow volts. And yellow is DRL. All right, so I've taken apart the headlight wiring, which was quite scary to cut it off. Black is obviously ground. I found that yellow is the high beam, and then red and yellow is the DRL. So when you first flick the ignition on, it kind of illuminates the headlight, which I don't have. And yellow and violet is low beam. So when the engine's running, it kicks it on. So what I'm thinking is combining DRL and yellow and violet onto my low beam, and then having the high beam plumbed in. And I think that's okay to combine the two. Otherwise, I have to terminate one of them. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna try and actually just loosely tie them together, see if they work first. But let me show you what I'm doing with the wiring for the headlights. Okay, last few bits for the front. Headlights. And I've decided to go with some Hella spots instead of the stock headlight, which I found on my iron butt challenge was a little bit lackluster. And particularly if you're going off-road or out in the country where there's no street lighting, you need good lights. So I've gone for this. This is of course our headlight, and actually with the mount, they come with this really clever, the idea is you pop your bolt through here, you mount it up, and then you just ratchet it down, and this doesn't rotate. But for me, the part that it mounts to on the rally tower is actually threaded. So I'm using a little washer in here, I'm going to run it through and then thread it in and tighten that up inside and hope that that's enough. That's the best solution I can come up with. For the wiring, we've of course got each headlight spot unit. And these don't have a high beam or low beam, it's just positive and negative. I'm going to keep this connector because it's really decent. And then in the loom that was supplied, this is designed for like the front of 4x4s and stuff. So it's actually got like switches built in. I don't need any of that. I'm just going to take the terminated end, give it a bit of slack and chop it off, wire it in there. And then I've got a headlight that I can connect and disconnect, and it's like a nice waterproof connection. So I think that's the play. At least then if I have to strip anything apart, I've got options. So let's get to it.
You and me together on the open road, drop top the ceiling and away we go. No need to wait for summertime. Anywhere with you is like paradise. Feel the sun rays running through our veins. Yesterday's blues feeling miles away. Crank up the tunes on the stereo, sending good vibes.
Yeah, boy. Okay, that is super promising. Nothing exploded either. And actually it's obviously not tight, but that's gonna mount up real nice. You can get it nice and high and then tilt it. We can kind of dial in where it needs to go. So I've got another one as well. But yeah, sick. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do then is position the lights, get them locked in, and then I'm gonna wire it up. The electronics, you just got to send it, but it does absolutely petrify me. So the fact that this is going smoothly so far is very positive.
Slowing down time with you by my side. Nowhere to be, everything's so right. This life is more than we could dream. So alive, take it and just breathe. So here's to the good times.
That looks crazy.
Cheers to the good life. All me.
Right, the lights are wired in. I had a ground issue, which I've now fixed. And I've tidied up all the cabling, so it's looking nice and tidy in there. But before we put the big front windshield on, I'm gonna fit the next element of this build, which is navigation. And let me show you what I've got for that. Now this bike is of course inspired by 90s rally legends, Decal rally bikes, and they feature, in order to navigate, road books which sit on top of the rally tower, and they'll manually feed them at the start of the day, and it's all the instructions they need to get from A to B. Now I've decided for navigation and general day-to-day use, a rally road book is probably not the best idea or the most practical, so I brought it up to the modern day, and actually a brand called Aochi reached out to me via my email at the perfect time and offered to send me one of their CarPlay navigation kits to test out. It features wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, and it's a really interesting feature for motorcycles because it means you can keep your phone, which is normally attached to my handlebar or dash, in your pocket and use this, completely wireless, and it syncs up to navigation apps like Maps, Google Maps, but also Calimoto and things like that. So it could be a really interesting addition. So I'm looking forward to giving this a test. It's also an added element of security in that my phone won't be mounted to my bike. So if my bike was to be taken away while I'm on it, which unfortunately is sometimes common in London, actually all they'll get is the nav unit and my phone will still be in my pocket. So it should reduce distractions and also provide a really clean cockpit for navigation, but also multimedia, all of that kind of thing. So let's see what we've got in the box. This is the unit itself. So this thing is absolutely packed with features. Not only is it a full Android Auto CarPlay system, but included in the box, you get Bluetooth tire pressure monitors, and you also get a front and rear camera, which is great for security or for recording your rides. There's also a bunch of other accessories like a handlebar, hands-free control kit, and also a GPS unit. Most of these things I'm not going to fit to the Hemi because I'll be using my phone all the time and that has GPS built in, but it's amazing that that's all included. Okay, so this kit is going to require a little bit of modification fitting on the Hemi. It might be the same for you for your bikes, but for the Hemi 450, we're not going to wire it straight to the battery because that could cause power drain. Fortunately, there is a aux power socket under the fuel tank, which I've already got my aux lights attached to. And I've ordered a splitter. So this goes in the bike's aux socket and it splits the two outputs. So I can plug in my auxiliary lights that are already in there and I can wire in another plug for the CarPlay unit. So I'm gonna do that now and hope I don't make a mistake because I don't have any spares. This is where I've got my auxiliary lights plugged in. You can see they are wired into this red plug here, which is accessories. So I'm going to pull that out and wire in what we need. And you can see here, ground is on the top and power is on the bottom. Ta-da. Release ball head. Then we've got this like ram mount situation.
Once the Aochi unit is mounted to the tower, I fed the cables up through the centre and connected power up to the unit. Nice and easy. So this is an Android-based smart screen which has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, as well as a bunch of other features, which I'll go into more detail in my review video, which will be coming to this channel soon, so make sure you hit subscribe. The tyre pressure monitoring is really interesting, and you fit the units onto the valves of the tyres, and it gives you live, real-time tyre pressures on the unit itself, which when you're off-roading, if you're changing pressures often, is nice to quickly check what you're running without having to get off the bike. Connecting to the unit using Apple CarPlay is super easy, and once you're connected for the first time, it automatically connects every time wirelessly.
Welcome back. Today we're going to finish the bike, I promise. Buttoning up some things, I've kind of tweaked the positioning of the Aochi SatNav CarPlay thing, the screen. It's looking good. I wish we had a bit of a cleaner mounting situation. This is all a bit bulky and ugly, but it is what it is. I think we're ready to put the screen on. And then we're going to button up some of the final bits and get this thing out of here. Very exciting.
Mounting up this beast of a front screen required some extra washers to give the front lights a little extra room as they're pressing on it when all fit up. It really finishes off the rally look at the front here, and I'm really impressed with the design. It's got a vent at the top to channel fresh air to your computer and also onto your body and face, which is a nice touch if you're in hot climates. Once the screen was on, I fit the front fender and I could finally check out how the front of the bike was going to look.
Right, to finish off this front end, by the way, I'm so happy with the clearance on this, between the screen and the front fender. Super nice. This has come together really nicely, all working, all buttoned up. I haven't set the angles of these lights, but I'll get to that. I can just reach in and tweak it. Now to finish off the front end, of course we need fork guards, and I've decided, having looked online, there's not really much available. I'm going to modify the stock ones. Now this is the stock fork guards and mud guard, which unfortunately is massive and super clunky. Good for the road, but this will fill up with mud once we go off-road with it. So I'm going to cut it, and we're just going to go straight fork guards, see how that feels, and hopefully they're rigid enough to hold themselves up without the support of this part. Let's do it. Oh, now we're cooking. going in with the Dremel. Safety first though. It's not the most perfect job in the world, but she will do. Next, I'm going to remove these.
Right, as we fit the tank for the final time, a quick PSA. Where I've removed the fender at the front, it does leave the brake line exposed to the tyre. And after a test ride, I did decide to get a relocation kit for the front brake line, which moves it down the left fork and away from the risk of catching it on the tyre. Please consider this a safety priority, because the videos of riders catching the line in their front wheel and flying over the bars is not fun watching. I'll leave a link to the kit if you're in the UK in the description below.
That, my friends, is this Hemi 450 build almost complete, because I'm actually waiting for a couple of stickers to come through that I've custom ordered, just to add to the bike to really tie it into this Dakar theme that I'm going for. But yeah, the whole build has come together so well. I'm super chuffed with how it's finished up, and it's looking, dare I say, better than I actually imagined it would, so that's awesome. The dash area is looking really nice as well. The Android Auto CarPlay setup was seamless, tied in really nicely. And if you're interested in my thoughts, I'll be doing a full review in a separate video later on this channel. So hit subscribe if you're not already, and watch out for that one. That was gifted to me, so thank you very much, Aochi, for the nice present. It's looking great. I might just try and tidy up where this is mounted. This is all I've got at the moment, and it's a bit bulky. I wouldn't mind that being a bit set back, but I might send them a message and see what they've got in terms of options for mounting. But yeah, otherwise, this thing's ready to leave the unit and we're ready to go on a little shakedown run. In fact, I actually need to make a little journey down to a place called Machine Head Moto to pick up something for the Bonnie, which will be my next video, giving it a winter makeover, getting it ready for the colder months, and just tidying up some things that I need to fix on it that have been bugging me for a little while. So why not take this out on a shakedown ride down to Machine Head Moto, and we'll catch up with those guys.
But before we do that, let's give you a proper introduction. This is my Hemi 450, and I love it.
And there we are, back where we began, and the build is complete. I'm so happy with how this thing rides and how it looks. I think it's incredible, and that's with a couple of little pivots along the way. I'm so happy with this. As you can see, I've got the dirt sack luggage loaded up, ready to go, because this thing is ready for an adventure. In the next video, we're going on a little camp trip and it is going to be so epic. Please let me know what you think of the build in the comments down below. If you're not already, hit subscribe because there's plenty of adventures on the way with this thing and of course the Bonnie. And in the meantime, hope you guys stay safe on the roads. I'll see you in the next one.